I definitely feel like having an illness has taught me a lot about the true meaning of unconditional love. And that's in regards to your family. Unconditional love, obviously from a romantic partner, but yourself as well. Like, I tend to be a person who is self-sufficient, and I've always been that way. And when I was diagnosed with family, just accepting help from other people and accepting or like asking for help is huge for me, because I'm like, I can do it myself. Like, what do you mean? I don't need help. But, you know, in times where it's like, no, sis, you actually do need help. And, you know, reaching out and, you know, having your family, having your friends, having, you know, a partner being there for you in that way, you know, it makes you like, you know, sit back and be like, wow, like, I truly am blessed, you know, like I truly do appreciate the people in my life. And it makes me like learn, I guess, and realize like later down the line, you know, if something happens to you, like, sure, if something happens to, you know, another one of our friends, or something happens to a family member, or, you know, my future husband or something like that, like, I will be there for you, you know what I mean? Because I know now what it's like for others to be there for me. So, yeah, so I think it's important that way. I'll also just make since the question referenced work, I'll just also make a quick reference to that. It was super, super difficult, I would say, initially when I was first diagnosed with work. But my job was so understanding, so helpful. Like, I was able to fly out and go see a specialist immediately, like take time off work. And then when I was transitioning back to work, you know, I was allowed to, you know, leave early on the day that I had to go take my medication, or, you know, come in a little bit later at the day afterwards because I was still feeling the effects of it. Or, you know, if I just wasn't feeling that great, I could go home early. So like in those initial stages, they were very, very helpful and very, very understanding. So I just couldn't imagine if I worked somewhere that that didn't allow you to be sick, as if it's your choice. But, you know, be understanding that you know, you have something going on. So it's super important to have, you know, a job that supports you in that way, and that is able to kind of help in those areas.
I could agree with that. My job was amazing. You know, I was always so nervous to even call in sick, because I'm like, you know, I want to be this person. I want to grow in this company, you know, and I am growing. But they were amazing. Like, take the time. My pregnancy, they were awesome. They was just like, you know, take the time, like, take it. I want you to make sure this is you and a child now. And I think that was when I realized, hey, I work for a great place, was when I was pregnant, because they were so supportive of it. They knew the risks, and they knew how risky my pregnancy was. So they was just like, no, we want you to lay up. If it's for 9 months, then that's what we're gonna deal with. We will make do. And yeah, and then with the like your friends, I would always say my biggest thing is check on your friends. You know, even the strongest ones are fighting something that you don't know. Like my friend that I said was diagnosed, I hadn't heard from her, which is not normal, you know, and I had to be like, listen, like, what's going on? Like, what, like, so check on your friends. I've lost so many friends, and it's not even just with chronic illness, it's just, you know, you expect people to be there all the time for you, you know, and I think I was that friend that was always there for everybody. And then when it was time for me, I didn't feel like I had that support that I give, you know, so it helped me wean out, hey, you're not right for me. We're cool, but we're not friends like that.
Especially at this stage.
At this stage in my life, like I'm at a point where it's done for me, but I think it helped me wean out those friends, because I have some amazing friends. There's some friends that are like, are you having an off day? Okay, well, let me bring wine over. I have those friends now. Awesome. You know, the going out friends are done with me now. I have the wine and chill friends, and I'm grateful for that, definitely.
I was also able to find like more friends or like deeper connections, because people would show up to the hospital and I didn't even think we were friends like that, you know? And then I realized, well, if you're coming to the hospital, then like you are my friend, yeah. Like I'm gonna keep you, I'm gonna keep you, right? But I also just wanted to touch on, I do have also an employer as well, but I don't know if it applies to you guys, but I find that I will go in early or put in extra work in preparation for those down days, because I know those days are gonna come. So in order for them to be lenient with me, I know that if I show that I'm a good employee, then they'll have no problem like giving me those extra sick days. And then also with the love thing, it's actually something I've been struggling with the last year, I guess, that I finally come to the realization that I've actually settled for guys a lot because of my sickness, because I realized that, or I knew, or I thought I knew, that I was less than, or that he was settling for me because I had a sickness. I thought he was settling for me, right? So I would always just settle for a guy despite of whatever, right? But I've been processing through that this last year and just realized, like, no, like, I'm still fabulous despite my sickness. And that's not gonna happen anymore, right? So we gotta put a pause on that.
Still deserve
Exactly.
the best of what you want.
Exactly. So
Like better. This is a privilege. Like, do you know how strong I am? Like this is a privilege.
exactly.
This is a prize. Like you need to.
Exactly, there you go. So I'm in that mind frame now, but I did realize that that's what I was selling, or that's what I was doing rather. So kind of sucked to realize that. But I'm glad that I did, yeah.
You realized it, yourself. So, you took accountability for what you knew that you deserve for yourself. And that's like the first step. Yeah. Definitely.
And when it's the right person, you'll kind of surprise yourself with, like, because I remember in certain dating scenarios, like, I would always be so nervous to bring it up. I'm like, okay, I don't want to mention it on the first date, but I do want to mention it kind of early. Yeah. It's like, okay, so, and I would practice the speech in my mind. It's like, okay, so I have something to tell you. So I have multiple sclerosis, and kind of like give a breakdown. And literally, it would just be like, okay, like how can I help? Very positive. And that gives me an automatic like, whew, okay, well, let's move on then. It's like when it's the right person, then it will be positive. Yeah. It will be positive.
And if it's not, then that's
like, not your person.
It's not your person.
Exactly.
Like you said about the weeding out, it's just like, it's like a secret weapon, like a tool. Like, automatically, like, okay, well, this is not for me. Yeah. You are not for me.
Yeah.
Wish you the best. And
let's move on.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, let me get one last question. Okay. Where can we get in touch with you? Your social media handles or your contact information. You can share this aloud, or you can pass it on privately to me, and I can share it with our viewers who may want to get in contact with you and ask you any questions.
Yeah. You can contact me on, I have Instagram. It's Zolan441, and I'm very vocal. I do my Insta stories a lot. So as I get older, I've noticed that I'm not by myself. And I always say I don't go down my timeline and see anybody I can relate to. Like, I want to be someone that is relatable, So I do put a lot of Insta stories of my journey, and I have this spiritual journey that I'm going through. So you can follow me, DM me. I'm all ears. Yeah, and I also have a podcast, True Space, and we talk like this.
True Space is so awesome too.
We've had Alexis. We just sit around and we have chats, and just to build good conversation. I think this is needed, especially in our day and age. So just True Space BDA on Instagram.
Yep, you can reach me at Salintae, SALINTAE. You can on Instagram, Facebook. You can Google my name as well, and you'll find my website. And I'm very open as well, so you can DM me anytime. If you Google me, you'll find my phone number. I don't want any creeps, but hey, I can delete or hang up. So just reach out anytime.
So you can find me on Instagram, the Hyper Feminine Feminist on Instagram. And just like these two lovely ladies, I definitely share what I'm going through, when I'm at the hospital, when I'm talking. I have a lot of feminist crazy rants, if that's what you want to talk about. We do glam makeup and stuff like that, and I'm very open. Anything you want to know, talk about, just let me know and we can do it.
And as always, guys, you can find me at BGP Life on Instagram, BGP Life blog on Facebook. You can search Big Girl Panties Life on YouTube, and our website is www.bgplife.com. So you can always find me. If you want to get in touch with any of these ladies and you forget, contact me on any one of my handles and I can forward you on their information and get you guys in touch. But thank you for joining us for our first Life Chat series for BGP Life. Thanks again, guys.